I'm a hippo.
Broadcast Hippo. Digital media.
Come on!
I'm a hippo.
Broadcast Hippo. Digital media. What is up, everybody? This show is powered by cannabis. That's what we do around here. We well, I don't know, all of us. We smoke weed.
You're muted, Andrew.
Huh?
No,
I'm muted.
I can hear him.
You're not muted.
He's not
Can you
muted.
hear me all right? Do I sound all right?
Yeah, you sound fine.
Oh, okay.
It's Tiefel.
Okay. Cannabis, Teebs of Adrian, Teebs.green. Check them out. Get over there. I know, D, didn't you make a drive over there the other day?
That was almost a week ago.
That a while ago? Oh my God,
Yeah.
dude, I don't know what's going on with me.
Well, it's definitely not weed. Yours is just old age.
How dare you?
I'm going tomorrow.
Are you going tomorrow?
No, I lied. Wednesday.
All right.
Yeah, I'm almost out of CBD.
That's a bad thing for the whole house.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a bad thing for the whole house.
You know, it's
Hate
funny
it when
because
my BBD and my CBD run low.
yes, I always need enough cannabis on hand and enough Belle Biv DeVoe. I need them both.
Yep.
I'm still sitting here trying to figure it out. Wait, what? CBD? You don't want to know where my mind went, D. You don't want to know. You don't want to know.
See, that's what makes that joke funny is somebody else finishes it. That was just it right there. Boom.
Well,
You
I
don't
need
get that kind of
CBD and
comedic
BBD
genius
too, but not
anyplace
Belle Biv
else.
DeVoe. Not Belle Biv DeVoe.
Oh.
All right, so check it out. Cannabis at Teebs of Adrian, Teebs.green. They are your new weed dealer, and it's legal. You don't have to worry about any stuff going down. It's all legal. It's all legal. We can all have fun at Teebs of Adrian. Let's do it.
And now, our feature presentation.
This is Ed McMahon. And now, here's Andrew.
I said Andrew Z. In the morning, it's time to wake up. Andrew Z. In the morning, yeah. Come on.
What's up? Welcome to the show, everybody. Show number 100 in the morning. Today is Monday, April 26, 2021. In the year of our Lord, welcome to it. Demetrius Nicodemus. Eastside, Southside, Gina from Gabella Media. Chris Tiefel. And of course, our producer, Georgia Tiefel. It was Monday. Let's do this.
Andrew Z. In the morning. Woo!
100 shows, almost 22,000 downloads of the podcast on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. Pretty crazy.
That's a lot of alt accounts from your mom.
Your mic's all jacked.
Yeah, because that's what happens when you talk shit about the show. For real.
Yeah, you automatically get disconnected. Yeah. Discombobulated.
It's
There's
funny
a
that
shit talk filter on this show, and it disconnects your stupid microphone when you say stupid things.
Exactly.
Well, then I would be disconnected all the time. So
What was that, Gina? You're breaking up.
Yeah.
I can't believe you're 100, Andrew, because you don't look a day over 99. It's crazy how
Right.
good you look for your age.
How dare you? So 100 shows, everybody. Welcome Donny as well. Donny is just hi, Donny.
Morning, everybody.
And
Evidently, Donnie's got an audition as bodyguard for someone.
You
No,
know,
he's working on the new James Bond.
Oh,
hey, I'm
look at him.
a sponsor for Northview Wrestling. Check it out.
Oh, that's dope.
State
like
finisher this year.
Ooh, fancy. I think your mic's messed up maybe too, Donny. I'm not sure. But
Oh, how about checkity check? This is my new mic from after last week.
oh,
We should
The
be good.
100th episode and the 100th day of tech problems.
yeah. Tap on it, Don.
Knock,
that's
knock,
Well,
knock.
that's good.
You're working.
Jeez.
You're working.
Okay.
I think your room's just echoey. Then I apologize. Anyway,
Needs
welcome to
some
the show,
sound.
everybody. 100 episodes. Yeah, who would have thought? Who would have thunk that we would have made it 100 shows? But thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. What did Georgia? What did you say? We have we have listeners in Germany and Bangladesh.
Hey,
Wow. Man,
They listen
you.
just
That's-
for Tiefel's news.
Yes, yes.
We don't have any local news. I need to know what is going on in the stands.
that's how they get their news.
The stands are so close. It's almost like local news. It's just, man, this is the closest thing we get to news. Tiefel is the world's anchor man.
Wow, Tiefel, this is a big burden you carry on your shoulder, my friend. I'm glad you have nice, big, broad shoulders. Congratulations.
Yes.
How was everybody's weekend? Was it good? Did anyone do anything fun, bad, good, whatever? How'd your weekend go?
Well, we watched most of the Oscars.
I was wondering, Donny, I'm so glad you brought that up because I think this is maybe the first time that I missed the entire Oscars because we were, Colleen and I were out of town. But everyone I know in the business of show, that is, or show business as you normalers call it, said that the show was just underwhelming, disappointing, problems everywhere. Someone tweeted out they have no idea what they're doing. It was disjointed. People are saying that it is really just failed to impress. So what
The only bigger fail than the producers, how they planned out the show, was what I did with my family, including my family in Florida, and set everybody up for a huge fail. Basically, to make it short, my favorite movie of all time is now. Sorry for the echo in here, guys. I gotta get this thing fixed. I don't know. It's super echoey today.
Yeah.
So that T-shirt I'm wearing, Fire Saga. That's the band from Eurovision Song Contest. It's the Netflix hit from last year, and it's a musical. It's a comedy musical, but it's a good movie. It's like my favorite movie of all time, and it was nominated for Best Original Song, the song that ends the movie. So I'm like, you guys, this is huge. And then yesterday morning, I read that the girl that sings the song in the movie is going to perform the song at the Oscars. So I'm pumped. I'm like, oh my God, we got to watch it. Once in a while, we'll watch like half of it or, an hour of it and we'll go to bed. But I was like, we got to watch it. She's going to perform. So the kids love the movie. Everybody's ready. My family in Florida are watching it because they're like, oh, because they all love this movie. And we turned the pre-show on, and one of the best song nominees are performing at the pre-show. And I'm like, are they doing the performance at the pre-show? So I checked the article again. I'm like, no, it says she's performing it at the Oscars. So then, excuse me, we watched like the first hour, the second hour. It's like 10:30. I'm like, I think they did the performances in the morning. So, and we're like talking this whole time. So I Google it, and there's like pictures of her performing like 3 hours ago. I'm like, oh my God, how do I tell everyone that we've been waiting 2.5 hours and she already performed?
Wait, you're waiting. You're on the 3 hour mark for a 3-minute song, and it already happened.
Yeah. So then they haven't done the Oscar yet for best song. So I'm like, oh my God. So I tell Ashley, I was like, how do I tell my sister? They're like in Florida watching it in their theater room. I'm like, so guys, big fail, she already performed, but hey, we still have to see who wins. And they weren't like they had like the third best odds to win. So it was a little bit of a long shot, but and then of course they announced the winners, and the song that won was pretty awesome, but the song didn't win. It's 10:45. Ashley's grumpy because it's 2 hours past her bedtime. Melania's crying. And we're just like, oh yeah, there's me pouring a beer into my my martini glass from Party City, but yeah, with my hanky hanging out of my pocket. But so
what I love, Donny. So did they win? Did they end up winning best song?
No, so they did not win even. So my kids are like crying because they didn't win,
God.
And it's like 11 o'clock at night. And it was just a huge fail.
First of all, I love how you can get your whole family behind something. That is so hard to do in this house because we have several people that I don't know what you call it, but oppositional, whatever. So it's like,
Yeah.
what is it called? Oppositional defiance disorder. So to get
But
people,
she even yelled out her diagnosis. that is how, like, that is how excited she was to tell people that she hates doing things that you want to do.
That everyone else wants to do. Exactly.
Yeah.
So like, and then everyone's so strong. Like, I can't get everyone to just sit down and rally, and they're like, "Oh, this is so stupid. Oh, I'm going to do something else. I'm going to be on my phone. I'm going upstairs." It's like it just doesn't even happen. So the fact that you could get people on in Ohio and Florida excited to watch something together is super exciting because we can't achieve that in this house, which I love that type of stuff, dude. I'm like, all right, let's watch the Oscars. We're gonna watch pre-show and we're gonna watch all the movies before I've always said we're gonna watch all the movies that are up for Oscars before the Oscars comes, and we've never done it. And it was just we can never get anything together like that. And I think it's cool that you were able to do that, even though it was
Donnie is what a cult leader would look like if he was innocent and just full of kindness. That is like Donnie is literally like he is the good version of a cult leader. He can get people excited for like the dumbest shit. They will wake up and they'll be like, "Oh my God, it's Oscar day." I prefer to refer to my house as a group of independent thinkers. So what they do is they think about the shit that I would like to do, and then they go, "No, we have decided that is not good for us individually." and what is a group but a bunch of individuals who decide for themselves what is best?
Yeah, it's true. But so I'm sorry, Donnie, your movie. I never even heard of it.
Thank you.
I apologize.
I know.
I have no idea what you're talking about. But
I'm like, is that Fire Saga? I'm like, maybe it meant Saget. I'm like, maybe that's a misprint shirt.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised you did, Donnie P. If you being head of the fan club, and the entire worldwide fan club is 6 people, and you are in charge of all of them. I'm surprised you didn't get a personal text when the performance was about to happen.
Okay. Since you brought it up, all right. So
he missed it. He actually was set up and he missed it.
You guys. So I have been trying to get people to watch this movie for over a year, since like February of last year. That's like, I know you guys said you never heard of it. I actually tried to convince all of you to watch it at one point, and you're like, "No, we're not going to watch that."
I will totally watch it. What is it? What's it called again? I'm gonna forget.
Watch this movie. It's called Eurovision Song Contest: the Story of Fire Saga.
God, even the name sounds.
I know.
The name sounds
It's
dumb.
Right, guys, it will change your life. But if you're gonna do it, you have to watch the whole movie. You have to watch it to the end.
But here's the thing. To me, anyone that says you have to, like normally, if I start a movie, I'm going to finish it. To know that it's so bad at the beginning that you have to give a disclaimer, you have to watch to the end. You have to watch the whole movie, or else don't put it on. It's like that.
Yeah, it's that bad at the beginning. It's so good at the end.
Maybe this helps. Maybe this helps you guys out. It's got Pierce Brosnan.
I like Pierce.
Demi Lovato. Will Ferrell. Rachel McAdams.
Wow, that's a
Rachel
big
McAdams is like the star of this movie.
That helps. That makes it worse.
No,
like, literally, like Pierce Brosnan. If he's not running off a volcano or like being a spy, I'm not watching it.
He only watches Remington Steele.
First of all, one of the best television shows ever made.
Right.
But and I'll leave it at that. People's interest should peak that. They should seek that show out. But
I agree.
But God bless you.
So nominated for best song. You guys have to trust me.
I'll watch it.
I'll watch it all the way through.
But see, that has to tell you it wasn't nominated for best movie.
Well, no, it's like a comedy. It's like a heartfelt comedy. I'm not even going to say anything else.
It's basically Blades of Glory contest.
Yeah. So Firehouse hanging by a moment stand. That's if you guys have a chance to watch it, please do. All right. anyone else do anything fun?
Well, I got my vaccination on Friday.
Uh-huh.
I got it, my second dose. My arm is actually still a little sore, but then Dubs and I went out to breakfast because we're, we were out and about, no kids. So we're like, well, let's go out to breakfast. So we go out to breakfast, and I texted Andrew and I said, what's a good place to go eat for breakfast? And because he's fat, and I know he knows all the good places. So
Jesus, stop.
we ended up, I'm not lying, D.
Look,
We
I'm
ended
just
up
saying,
at,
like I said before, it's like watching two pieces of Texas toast fight. It ain't, it's the same. Just stop.
So we end up going to Rumors for breakfast. So I told Andrew, I said, well, we decided on Rumors. So we're sitting there and we're chatting, and Dubs says, is that Andrew? And I turn around and look, and this fat motherfucker's walking up through the parking lot, and he comes walking in. I'm like, do you not have boundaries? Like, what is going on? So he comes in, he sits down, he talks and chats and starts eating my potatoes, and then rolls out, which was remind me a little of D's little walking in, eating chips, rolling out. But at least D was invited. Like he was invited to come and showed up, and Andrew was not. And so I got stalked by Andrew this weekend. That was my fun game. It's the highlight of my weekend.
That's how Andrew asserts dominance.
I just come in, take your potatoes, and leave.
Yeah.
The recommendation was his own invite.
And bitched about my potatoes. Ate my potatoes. It's like, oh, there's no seasoning on it. Get out.
Yeah, why would you order these? God, these are awful.
It's true.
Well, you guys, you should be excited that that's what he does now, because before he used to just show up and piss on your table and then walk away. So
that is true.
He has rows.
and you're like, well, I guess that's his table now. It's he's peed on it. And I guess that's his ketchup because it's dribbled on the ketchup.
It's dribbled on the ketchup. All right, anybody else got anything? I get let's see, do I get anything? Oh, so Colleen and I took a drive. We had no kids yesterday. So we took a drive to Waynesville, Ohio. Or I'm sorry, Monroe, Ohio. It was Monroe, Ohio. And we're going to the outlet mall there. It's about 2.5 hours away, down towards Dayton, down the Dayton area. And we go there. Oh, here, Colleen wants to show you her new cup. So here's her new cup.
Oh, wow. Very nice.
It's got Pocahontas on it.
And here we go. And also, it's not it's not epoxy. People have been making that epoxy stuff. This is actually infused into the cup itself. The thing is infused in the cup. But anyway, so we're going to the outlet mall, like Michael Kors and Coach and all those outlet malls or whatever. And we pass. What? What's wrong, D?
Nothing.
Uh-oh. It's a private thing? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Whoa. I like it must have been bad because
Press the button.
I know. So we're going to the outlet mall, and we see all these animals. We see this thing, and I'm like, and the parking lot is full. And I'm like, what is that thing? And it's called Trader's World. And so I'm like, well, we have
traders or like people who betray their country.
no, TRADERS.
That's what amusement park I go to.
I'm like, who's hanging out at Trader's World? Look, are you gonna go on the Benedict Arnold ride? It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Well, they don't really fit in anywhere anymore, so they gotta hang out
Snowden
together.
Park.
So there it is, Trader's World, and it's you see the horses up there. I think this used to be either a giant. George, if you can look it up, this either used to be a giant horse stables or like a racetrack or something.
Oh.
Because now every little stable, they look like old stables. Everyone is a shop. So it's like the world's largest flea market. So you just walk through and you can it was the coolest thing we've ever, we've ever done, but the coolest shopping experience ever, because everything was there. There was a booth with WWE wrestling figurines and a booth with Hot Wheels and a booth with Star Wars and a booth with Squishmallows.
This thing is huge.
Oh my God. It's you couldn't walk the whole, it's ridiculous. Go ahead. What were you saying, Tiefel? I'm sorry.
I mean, just by what you described, it sounds like you went to a nerd's wet dream.
I know, and it wasn't. There's like five. There would be like 5 Star Wars booths.
You notice how D started paying more attention when you started listing those things off? He just got closer to the mic, and he's just like,
Colleen, bring me that bag of cars. So we're walking through, and we see the Hot Wheels. We saw the Hot Wheels, store.
What did you see?
The Hot Wheels store.
Okay.
So I knew Cohen is into Hot Wheels. So D, who never answers his phone, I got to call him like 4 times.
God. Dude, he
And-
called me so many times. I thought he had been hit by a car.
He called me yesterday
Like,
a couple times. Yeah.
He like there was one point I'm like, okay, I'm walking with Kara. Kara and I are taking a walk, and I left my phone at home to charge. And so I just have my watch, and my watch starts vibrating, and I'm like, okay, it's Andrew. I don't have my phone, but I'm walking with my wife, so I'm just gonna send him to voicemail. Boom, phone rings again. I'm like, I'm walking, don't have my phone, voicemail. Phone rings 3 more fucking times. I answer it because I'm like, honey, this has got to be some kind of emergency. He has blown up my phone, and he's like, bro, you got to FaceTime me. And I'm like, I can't. I'm on my watch. And he's like, I'm like, what's going on? He goes, I'm standing in the middle of a Hot Wheels store at a flea market.
The problem was Donny, go ahead.
He needed permission. He needed permission to buy you guys Hot Wheels.
Yeah,
if you had room for it in your house. He needed the word from Kara, like, Kara be fine if I bring a giant bag of Hot Wheels to your house.
And I love the thought, because it was very, very thoughtful that he walked in there and immediately thought of my 5-year-old. But when you call me over and over again, you better be on fucking fire in the middle of a heart attack.
Yes.
Like that. I need you to tell me I am 3 feet away from you, and you're the only one who can grab a bucket of water and my nitroglycerin pills.
Demetrius.
Well, here's
Yes,
the thing.
ma'am.
Here's the thing. It was 4. Go ahead, Colleen.
So here's the issue: is that unfortunately my husband cannot create the male child, so he has to live vicariously through you. I do apologize.
That's okay. It was
And
very nice.
Demetrius finally answers his phone. He's like, I'll call you back in half an hour. I'm like, no, it was 4:54.
It was 17 minutes, first of all. I told you.
Oh,
it
yeah.
would take me 17 minutes to get back home, and not a half an hour. I didn't say, well, let me just skip home.
It was 4:54. They closed at 5. So I didn't have 17 minutes.
I ain't got the time.
No, I ain't got no time for that. So anyway, I just took to the liberty and bought cars for him. And here's the thing, I bought 20 cars. So here's my thought is that I know that Cohen doesn't like going to school. My guess is you have about 20 days left. So I bought 20 cars. So every day he goes to school without issue, you give him a car. And here are the cars. So
let's see them.
And see, and as much as I would like to say, God bless you for that Oprah Ellen hug parenting kind of fucking plan. Life
I like
sucks.
that one.
I know.
Are these all detergent cars?
Yeah, these are all NASCAR ones or whatever. I think they're NASCAR.
Yeah, those are your collectibles. You guys.
Go ahead.
So this reminds me of something that I stumbled upon, especially if Cohen's into Hot Wheels. There's like a whole subculture of people that like make giant racetracks for Hot Wheels, and then they like shoot them like an actual race, and they commentate them. Have you seen these videos
now, Andrew?
Demetrius?
Okay.
No,
you've got it here. I'm gonna send this.
No, I don't. I understand that my son. I don't. I don't need to deepen this week.
The rest of the show is
just
Andrew showing Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
But you guys don't understand. Like these races, the commentators are so good that they're actually enjoyable to watch. Like I'll put it on, and me and the girls will watch like 20 minutes of Hot Wheels racing.
That's the Cheez-It car.
Yeah.
Now that one, I'll buy that one from you.
I mean, they're all the same car with different
$10 for it.
Oh, are they?
Tiefel, you know what? I look at new segment idea. You guys want to hear a new segment idea? It's Tiefel ruins anything.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
give us
Yeah.
anything, and we'll talk about it. Tiefel can ruin it.
Yeah.
Like,
I know, wouldn't he? He would be like, you know what? I understand that this is a woman who really enjoys my company, but I mean, really, you break it down, all she has is a vagina, and all women have vaginas. So what's different about this one?
Wait. How did you hear about my last breakup?
Tiefel has ODD.
So check it out. So
who invites you over to Christmas?
Tiefel's dad's like, welcome to our world.
What the shit?
And now Tiefel shits on everything.
On everything.
Look at Donnie. Here's your.
Yes.
Let's hear it. Yes. Your race car thing. Oh my god, these are so powerful.
Oh my god. You know what I see here, guys? Virgins.
Oh.
D shits on everything.
Whatever you don't shit on, D's going to.
Oh, look at that. Oh. Airtime.
It's like claymation.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
I bet. Okay, so here's the thing. I bet Cohen would love these shows.
Oh my gosh, he'd love it.
Look at that. Okay, so I got I got you 20 cars, and guess how much they are? They were $0.25 a piece. These cool cars were $0.25 a piece. I spent $5 on look at the Slim Jim car.
I know. They're all probably made of lead. Lick one.
Oh, they're definitely made of lead. There's no doubt about that.
It's a little lead poisoning. No big deal.
Anyway, Gina, if you want to go, we're going to Trader's World again next weekend.
I do want to go. Actually, I'll go.
Okay, all right. We're gonna. I think I get my 15-passenger van back this week, so there'll be room for you in the back to.
Wait, who else going?
Just you. He said 15-passenger van. Just room for you.
Yes.
You know that. I can't believe you would ask such a dumb question. That is.
So we're going next weekend. We're gonna go down there and we're gonna.
It depends, because if you're taking your busload of kids, I'll skip it.
Yeah,
I have my own busload of kids.
Yeah, it's the busload of kids for sure. And here's the thing: Trader's World's on one side of now. I guess we didn't even get to, because we're only there like an hour. So check on the other side of the
Patriot land.
On the other side of 75 is there's another one, another flea market out, but it's an outdoor one. So Trader's World is indoor. There's another one, not quite as big, but almost as big on the other side of the road that's outdoor. So, dude, it's a whole day of fun.
I was gonna say, are you going back? Are you gonna sell stuff this time? Like, why are you going back like 1 week later?
Because we didn't take it was just me and Colleen, and the kids are gonna love it. So we were gonna we're gonna go on a shopping adventure next weekend anyway. So we found this now. So this is where we're going on a shopping adventure.
Right.
Although this sounds exactly like something my father would do. He would find a place with stuff that we love, and then he would take us there and buy us absolutely nothing.
Probably because you were shitting on it, Tiefel.
Yes.
You're like, I hate
all the
this
same
place.
car.
Go ahead, Colleen.
Let's go get a puppy. Well, it's gonna die anyway, Dad.
Go ahead.
If anyone has tween or teen daughters that are obsessed with those stupid Squishmallow things, there were like 8 stores that had those.
See, I'm torn, because I would want to take the kids to do this, but I'd also want to Christmas shop. So how do
you go twice? It's 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Then they go and they'll buy everything.
So it was fun. It was such a good time, and we were literally only there like an hour and a half. Like we didn't even get through 10% of this place. So we're going back next weekend. Trader's World.
It's funny that you talk about flea markets, because it seems like when people talk about flea markets, there's this like you almost can't. I can't touch it, but like there's this excitement. Like people have this weird love of going through booths of other people's crap, and
Crazy.
then but I like literally I said I was talking to somebody about flea markets, and I didn't realize my wife's deep, deep love of flea markets, and she overheard me say, "Ooh, other people's shit," and she was like, "Shut your whore mouth," and then she slapped me, open hand slap in the face in front of all of her friends. And I said, "It'll never happen again, honey. I am so sorry."
It's because it's one of the few places of commerce left on the planet where you can haggle.
I love it. Oh, you're right. I said, hey, I don't want to pay this dimple pusher. I don't want to pay $10 for 2 of these. All right, 9 sold.
I can't haggle with a Target employee about the thing I want to buy, but I can go to the flea market and I could talk them down from 50 cents to 35.
Go ahead, Donnie.
The dimple pushers, what are those called? Those are called those are like they're big right now. What are they called? There's like
I don't know.
I can't even think of it, but they're like stress reliever things.
Yes, but there was a million of them. They had, oh my God, dude.
I have to go here.
And here's the thing. This place is only open Saturdays and Sundays, 9 to 5.
And every full moon.
How packed is it?
Oh my God. Well, we got there again. It was the last hour. So it was as packed, but the whole parking lot is full. Like this place is it's Disneyland it's the Disneyland of flea markets. It was freaking amazing.
Yeah.
And anything you need. Like someone were just like, dude, did you just unload your garage here or something? Like what? This is just shit from your garage.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I'm kind of a hoarder. Like Ashley, like really has helped me the last 10 years try to be less of a hoarder. But like I could literally just go there with a trailer and be like, I'll take all of your crap. I'll take all of your crap. And now it's my crap. Your crap is now my crap. Thank you.
So check this out. So we found the honey. Look up Honeybee Nanny, Georgia. We found the Honeybee Nanny. Okay, and she's this British lady, and all she does is love honeybees. Like I think her husband's a honeybee, her dog's a honey. Like her whole life is a honeybee, and she's got like a section for acne and a section for back pain. Like I guess honey is like is a natural elixir for like she mixes it different. Okay, so I said, oh really? I said, okay, honeybee, and she's British. I say that. Okay, so I'm like, okay, honeybee nanny. Well, Colleen's got a bad back. You just rub something on, it's just gonna work. Yeah, well, yes, it will. Right over here. So we go over to her, and Colleen pulls his shirt up on the back, and this lady rubs honey shit all over her back. And then I'm like, Colleen,
so here in the middle of the flea market,
yes,
Colleen just like ups her shirt.
Yes, yes. So this lady starts rubbing honey salve all over her.
Go to this flea market.
She starts rubbing honey salve all over her back. Okay, and then we say, okay, honeybee nanny, thanks, and we walk away. And I'm like, Colleen, it was some bullshit, right? She goes, dude, my back feels better. I'm like, shut up.
You know why her back feels better? Because she's thinking about how fucking sticky she is. That is why you've been duped. Now I'm all nasty. You know how nasty fucking sticky honey is on you? Like, ew. Like movies have really told people that it's okay to put that stuff on people. And it's not. It takes days to get out. Days.
I do have to ask, because you repeated it several times, does the fact that she's British add legitimacy to her claims?
Yes.
In your eyes?
100%.
Anytime you have an accent, dude, you're automatically way more legit than if you don't. But we walk away. So I said, Colleen, there's no way this should work. I said, it's in your head that it's working. I said, when you walked in here, what was your back pain level? And she's like, nuisance. I said, so what, a 3 out of 1 to 10, a 3? She goes, yeah. And I said, what is it now? She goes, it's 0. Like I have no back pain. I'm like, what? I don't even understand. So we turn around, walk back to Honeybee Nanny, and we buy some.
She was mysteriously gone.
It's $24.99.
Her booth was gone. Everything. It was just, you could just smell stardust. And magic in the air.
You ask one of the workers, where's Honeybee Nanny? Honeybee Nanny passed away 15 years ago.
In a horrible bee attack.
A beekeeper suit.
And I even told her, I said, we're from Toledo, Honeybee Nanny. And Honeybee Nanny says, oh, I have some hives in Toledo. I'm like, we don't even have hives in Toledo.
Okay, I have like you're trying to do Mary Poppins, and you're doing a horrible job at it.
That is what she sounded like. Honeybee Nanny has. I have something to lead
If that's what she sounded like. She was not British.
She said she was British. I don't know. And so I mean, the whole accent, the whole thing could have been fake. I don't know.
Somebody born in Granville pretending to be British.
Dude, the shit worked. And then yes, there's a shop. There's a shop. Go in, Georgia. There's her little booth at Trader's World. It's right there. And so it's all and then so her dog. She got this little dog with her. It's a service dog. It's about 20 pounds, and the dog house is a beehive, a little beehive.
Yeah, I'm sure that dog enjoys that. Everybody else, I got a regular old dog house. I get this crazy ass woman who put me in a beehive.
It only counts if she dresses the dog in a little bumblebee suit.
Dude, she did. It had a bumblebee suit on. It for real did. And so it was like I was like talking to Mrs. Doubtfire. I don't even know if she could have been a dude. I don't even know if she's really British. I have no idea.
Well, here's the thing. Did she have whipped cream on her face?
And no. And here's the thing.
Honey.
Every shelf has a different ailment. So is there one for acne? There's one for we got the girls, some
bullshit.
Some acne salve.
Was there one for ODD?
Yes, there's one for everything. And there's one for ODD, there's one for OPP, there's one for Old Dirty Bastard. There's like a shelf for everybody. It's crazy. But I'm telling you, it's working. Colleen said all day long her back didn't hurt. And thank you, Honeybee Nanny. We appreciate you and love you and respect you. And we'll be back again next week because they had some weight loss stuff. They had all kinds of shit there. I don't know. And here's the thing. So 4 years ago,
no shit, you can lose weight with honey if you rub it on the outside of your body. You know what? I got a weight loss program, and that's what it is. You just take a sandwich, rub it on the outside of your body, don't eat it, and then throw it in the garbage. That's what you do.
Whenever you're hungry, you just rub this honey all over your body and don't ingest it.
I'm just saying, who never lost any weight?
Here's my weight loss, honey. I want you to rub it on your body and then run through the woods and then be chased by bears for fucking 10 miles. Guarantee that either way you're losing weight because the bear's either going to eat you or you're going to get away. That's just how this shit works.
That whole sandwich thing sounds pretty kinky. That's a good idea for your OnlyFans page. Just rub a ham sandwich on the outside of your body.
Dude, you know what? I can call it Weight Watchers. It's just you watching me rub weight and shit on me. Like, hey, buddy, this is pastrami.
I would bet any amount of money that there's already an OnlyFans that exists doing that.
That would be
any
huge.
Amount of money.
I'm telling you.
That don't make it right.
So, you got it. You have to. We're taking a trip. Whoever wants a spot to
I gotta go
in our van next weekend. I think Saturday. I don't know. Saturday. They're only open Saturday and Sunday, so we're going next weekend back to Trader's World to get the full. And they have like homemade chicken, because there's little.
What's the difference?
Oh,
what do you mean homemade chicken? What do you mean homemade chicken? Like what other kind of chicken would
the food smells so good. It smells like you're in one of
your
hillbilly Southern Ohio family's house or a friend's house. And you just walk in, it just smells amazing. Like just the kitchen looked
awesome.
It was amazing. It was a treat. It was a treat.
See, and that's the bitch of it. You know what? Because like all those things are super, super cool. But once again, it's balance. There's balance because as cool as that shit is, it is probably rife with racism. And you're like, shit, I would love that. And they're like, well, see, here's the thing. There's a trade-off. We got really cool knickknacks, but the survival rate of black people is like 0 here.
Well, no, we actually ran into a black family that
was driving out very fast. Like Children of the Corn. It's like, shit.
No, they actually had a booth there and they were selling Nike sweatsuits for like $40, full on sweatsuits, Nike sweatsuits for like $40. They didn't have
everybody else there was probably pronouncing it Nikea.
Nike.
I don't know. I would want everything. Last time we went to a flea market, we went to the big one here in Maumee, and they had. Do you remember when Sports Illustrated? You would get a shoe phone, like if you subscribed to Sports Illustrated.
Yes,
you'd be like, "Guess where I'm calling from? It's a shoe phone." Yes. They had the Sports Illustrated shoe phone. Ashley wouldn't let me buy it. I was like, "Babe, I will never speak to anyone other than my shoe phone ever again."
Oh yeah.
Donny
every time I answer it, Maxwell Smart.
Donny would figure out a way to put his cell phone into the shoe phone so he can just carry the shoe around.
Dude, I love that commercial. That commercial was so funny because they would always like, I'm talking into a shoe, but it's a phone. I'm talking into a shoe phone.
You remember that? You remember Mr. Microphone? Where you like you would it was a microphone that you would hook up to your radio. And people would drive around and say, "Hey baby, I'm on the radio."
Yeah. I can't even handle it.
So two things. So they had an empty booth there, and I was trying to figure out what I could sell.
Stop.
To get a booth there.
Of course you were.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and then one guy's like, well, you know, I only got to sell $75 worth of stuff a day for me to make it. That's what I'm paying. So I'm thinking 75 times 2 days, 150. So he's paying $600 a month for booth rent. And then there's an empty one right next to him.
Yeah.
Well, what was
missing?
Missing?
I don't know if you want to take the booth right next to the guy who's like, I only have to scrape by at $75 a day. Anything after that's gravy. Like he's counting his pennies. That might not be the good booth position.
I don't know, Don. We were thinking about that. Like, what?
I don't think he is. I don't think he is. If he's like, if all I got to do is make $80, then it's a win. Pennies are probably not on the top of his mind.
Natasha said I could sell my words.
$5. Sit here for 10 minutes and listen to you talk.
Dude, it was fun. So I think I'm going to start booking trips. So we're just going to start taking the van like back and forth to Trader's World. So this Saturday will be our maiden voyage of the Trader's World trolley.
Did you ever actually make it to the outlet mall?
Yeah, for just like 20 minutes. We was just made over just enough time for Colleen to buy a Disney purse, and then that was it.
Why do we need to look at new stuff that only we would own? I need something with history. Look at these underwear. These underwear look like these have been on 75 other people before.
There was no one.
These seams are good.
There was no the whole time we're there. There was no customer at the used underwear booth. I don't understand. Like,
do you know when you go? I went to because sometimes I like to go thrift store shopping, and then you go to Goodwill or like Salvation Army, and they got underwear on like pants hangers, and I'm like, do these things fucking really go? Is anybody like pulling them off like brand new kids' pants before school and handing them to the kids and going, run in there and try these on, see how they fit? Yeah, you feel faster in them. What's that look like to you? Look, it's only got one stain on it. Come on, and it's in the back. No one's gonna see it.
Colleen's gonna say something.
I was just gonna say, do not come for my Minnie Mouse Kate Spade bundle.
Yeah, she did get a nice Kate Spade.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was at the outlet. That was not at Trader's World.
And I would, well, there was one booth, and I kind of got mad at her because I know my purses. Like, I know my purses well. And this one booth was like, oh, yeah, they're real. I was like, honey, pumpkin boo boo, you are not selling Louis Vuittons for $140 a set, and they are real.
Yeah. Then so at the outlet mall, it was Kate Spade, and then it was his sister Tate Suede that they were selling at the Trader's World. And
I know with relatively small female mouse.
And I got an extra money off at the Coach outlet for my birthday.
Yeah, they gave her an extra 10%. Off.
Huge kudos to Gina for saving the day because I was a little short on cash.
Yeah. We didn't expect to find traders. We didn't expect we were going to buy B-Sav, so we were short on money. So I said, Gina, cash at me $50. I need to get some.
He calls me like back to back, and like I was in the middle of cooking dinner, so I had chicken all over my hands. Like answered, I'm like, it had again, like Dee said, it had to be important if he's calling me back to back.
Was it homemade chicken?
Hey, it was homemade. We overspent. Can you cash at me $50? So I did. I cashed out him $50, and in like little $4 I put irresponsible spending because he's like, we're down at Trader's World, and I spent too much money, and I needed more money, and I'm like, you are so irresponsible, dude. And then I just hung up on him and cashed out the money.
At least he was honest about it. He wasn't like, I'm stuck on the side of the road and I need money for a tow truck or something.
For gas.
He was honest for it. Yeah, he was honest with you. He was like, I'm irresponsibly spending money. Send me some of yours so I can irresponsibly spend that too.
There's no way you can't irresponsibly spend money at Trader's World. It's not even possible. Right. It's amazing. All right. This portion of the show brought to you in part by Teebs of Adrian. Teebs.green is the website. Check them out. They have medicinal, they have recreational, they have all kinds of stuff going on right now. Go to their their Facebook page as well. Teebs of Adrian. Just look them up online and you can find out more information about them. DMX Lawn and Landscaping. They're gonna mow your lawn up in here. DMX Lawn and Landscape. They are your lawn and landscape, family owned. They're great people. Check them out. DMX Lawn and Landscape. All right.
Can you please show my pretty?
All right. Colleen wants me to show her purses. We're past this. We did 40 minutes on Trader Joe's.
Shut the fuck no.
That's super cute.
That's nice.
Where would you?
That is super cute.
Is that a Coach bag?
Yes. Yes. It's the only one. They didn't have.
You couldn't find her an assistant coach bag, or even an equipment manager bag.
Well, we don't have assistant coach bag.
Yeah, we don't have
base coach.
Yeah, we don't have head coach money. We got equipment manager money.
Wow,
this is the case.
We got the second assistant to the offensive coach money.
Yeah,
that's legit. Now that bag is so nice. The only appropriate place to wear that is Disney. So now you're set up for your next Disney trip. Like, oh, okay. Now that I have this really nice bag, I need to wear this at the park. Let's book it.
You got a $300 bag. You're going to carry $20 in.
Right. Right. You spent so much on the purse. She had to cash app money to put into it.
I'm writing myself promissory notes and leaving them in this fucking bag is what I owe me $300. That is $300 in this bag.
That's $250,000. You're going to want to hold on to that one.
Yeah.
I tried to get Colleen to go in like Josh says, I tried to get her to go in the Tate Suede booth over at Trader's World, but she was holding out for Tate Spade over at the outlet mall. All right, let's get into the Ebenezer Bushrod with the WTF news.
We start off with some stand news. Out of Turkmenistan. This Sunday, they celebrated a new holiday. President Gurbanguly, unpronounceable last name, declared a new national holiday in celebration of the Ali Bey native shepherd dog breed from Turkmenistan. They're used for shepherding and herds of stuff. And it's a whole day of veneration. The dogs took center stage. They gave awards to the dogs. They opened up a new Ali Bey breeding facility for the dogs. Basically, they spent an entire day.
Ate them.
They did not eat the dogs. They maybe other breeds, but these are a source of national pride for Turkmenistan. So they
apparently it's true what they say. Every dog does have its day.
Christ.
It was so bad he just got mad.
You should kick yourself in the nuts.
They are among
Dude, how would you?
They are among the world's largest dogs, weighing in at 175 pounds.
My knee wouldn't even bend the way to kick myself in the nuts. Like, it doesn't bend that way.
You should try. You just try.
You just turn your knee to the side and bring the heel up.
Oh, okay.
That sounds like a man who's punished himself before.
Told you, I've tried everything on my OnlyFans page. Just want to see what catches on.
All right.
So, all right. And bringing it back over here to the States, Karen McBride, way back in the great party year of 1999, was living in Norman, Oklahoma, with her boyfriend and his 2 small children. And they apparently stopped by the movie place, video rental store in Norman, Oklahoma, and they rented Sabrina the Teenage Witch on VHS. Fast forward to 2021, and Karen learns that she has a warrant out for her arrest out of Norman, Oklahoma for felony embezzlement because she never returned the videotape. And even though the shop has been closed since 2008 because, video stores went the way of, everyththing that sucks, there's no victim, but she still has an active warrant out for her. So apparently, usually I thought the only thing that could happen if you never returned the tape was you ended up having to buy it if you ever wanted to rent from that location again. Right. But apparently you can catch some criminal charges. Luckily, after her case kind of came to the attention of some people, the local DA reviewed the case and went ahead and vacated the warrant and dismissed the charges against her. But she says it does explain a lot because there have been a few jobs over the years where she has gotten the job and then been summarily dismissed after having gotten the job. She assumes now after they completed the background check and all they saw was felony embezzlement.
Wow.
That sounds horrible.
That does.
All right. Eugenia wants to see the dog you were talking about. What's the breed again?
It's the Alley Bay. It's that one right there.
That's a good looking dog.
170 pounds. That's not a dog. That's a fucking wolf. That is a horse with big ass canine teeth that can eat you.
Yes, no.
Like that dog could sexually assault you.
Am I the only back to this story of the woman that didn't return the video or DVD or whatever? Is anyone ever gone to when it was hot, the rental store place? Like you'd go to different locations because you knew you had late fees at this one, and then you have to go to this one. And you knew you had late fees there.
And now we know why Blockbuster went out of business.
Right?
Well, Blockbuster was genius when they did the membership and you had to give them your card number. And if you didn't return a movie like in 20 days, you owned it. You paid a lot for it, but it's like half of my collection were Blockbuster movies. People would come over and be like, "Why do you have all these Blockbuster movies?" I was like, "Oh, I liked it, so I kept it."
I thought I'd invest $60 into this film.
The worst thing that happened in my life during the rental days of America was when the computers started talking to each other at each location.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, technology. Yes. Technology has foiled my plan.
Andrew's got a video rental scam running through all the stores in town.
Yep.
He's floating late fees here, floating late fees there.
Yep. And then the networks started talking and it was all over.
I'll tell you what, I always felt important, like if you were like a little bit late and you go in and you've completely forgot about your late fees and you go in and you get a couple movies and you go up to the counter and the guy's like, well, you have these late fees and it's maybe like $10 or something like that. You have to pay these late fees and you just all you got to do is just look pathetic enough for them to go, we'll go ahead and we'll forgive them this time.
Well, there was one time you guys, I don't know white
privilege.
That is white. Well, I don't know if you guys remember, but
use it if you got it.
My mom's house. We lived in Maumee, and my mom's house burned down at one point. Like the whole house just burned down. And so a couple years after that, we go to Family Video. They're like, yeah, so I think you can only do this once though, because they're like, oh, 3 videos you never turn back in. I'm like, well, they were burned in a fire and they felt so bad.
Sure. We've heard that one before.
I know. It's like it's one you can only use once.
Show us the ashes of the house or get out.
Yeah. You're like, yes, we lost those in a house fire. And my youngest daughter, who remembered those videos and said, Daddy, we don't want late fees. And so she ran into the home to retrieve those 3 movies and the roof collapsed on her. But
never came back.
I'm sorry that those movies you didn't get.
Yeah,
they say
they feel so bad.
They do.
We
say
buried her clutching those DVDs.
On the first Tuesday of every month, you may see her walking the halls of Trader's World at the movie booth.
Looking for replacements.
Yep.
Dude, so Honeybee Nanny. So check this out. So
Are they paying you?
Does she have like a VHS bomb or something? Why is she coming into this?
I'm like
the show.
I'm like, Honeybee Nanny, what made you get into honeybees? She said 4 years ago. Let's check this out. Her daughter was stolen and put into the sex trafficking ring, and she was like devastated. And she said for a year she didn't know.
A lot darker than I thought it was going to get.
Yeah, dude. Oh, I know. And then I'm like, Honeybee Nanny. She's like, I didn't want to live. I was on suicide watch. She goes, I'm like, oh my God. I said, did you ever find your daughter? She said, no, they've never found her daughter. I'm like, oh my God, Honeybee Nanny. It was devastating. But like, could you imagine like knowing that your kid was taken into sex trafficking and then not being able to find her?
I have so many questions.
I know.
I know. Once you lead with my daughter was taken and put into sex trafficking, like there's like you're kind of limited in like your follow up questions,
right?
Because I want to. I'm like, oh my God, that's horrible. But like, did you find your passion? How did honey come into play? Like what?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like she was bitten by a radioactive bumblebee or something.
Yeah, right. And then she could like fly, or she could mentally control shit. But she was like,
or
one day
she secretes honey. Like,
so she was just like, I decided to pour all my emotion and anger and shit in the honey. Is that?
She would be a fascinating interview just because that.
Would she?
Yes. Honeybee Nanny.
Because I really don't think. I mean, once again, I don't. Once you hear like that's the conversation stopper right there. Is my child kidnapped.
That pretty much discourages follow up questions.
For some reason, my whole life though, people have been willing to disclose things to me that they may not disclose. Like we interviewed Jill Whelan a couple weeks ago from the Love Boat. She was Captain Stubing's daughter on the Love Boat, and she ended up telling me the story of how her first ex-husband stole $1 million from her and left her broke. And I'm like, wow, it was just. I don't know. People my whole life have always told me things that they feel comfortable telling me things.
Seems like you missed your calling as a prison rat. It's crazy. I don't know why OJ was just like, man, I stabbed the shit out of her. And that fucking guy, she said, was just bringing back her gloves.
Hey, people that did time with Andrew, did you wonder how they found your contraband? Yo.
Yeah, me. Well, Josh says, Lord, I feel like it's been 45 minutes of Honeybee Nanny.
I know.
Well, Andrew, I would like to tell you something that I haven't told anyone else.
What?
And that's the story out of Russia. These two 5-year-olds that escaped from their kindergarten. Mm-hmm. They the kindergarten class was out on the property during a supervised walk, because apparently that's what they call playtime in Russia. Mm-hmm. And the two boys, separated from their group of other kindergartners, used those plastic play spades to dig their way out of the kindergarten grounds, and then were found later on by a driver walking to a luxury car dealership just 2 miles down the road with the intention of purchasing a Jaguar.
Nice.
When asked how, they said, well, we're not 100% sure. We don't have any money. But they were really intent on getting themselves a Jaguar. They had planned this escape for days beforehand.
I see a future for these two.
Right?
Yeah.
Involving jail.
The Department of Education, or the Ministry of Education, responded by firing their education supervisor on this, because how do you let two kindergartners escape? And I love the fact that they continue to refer to it as escape rather than just skipping school.
They're kindergartners. Yes, that's escaping.
And they dug under a fence. I feel like that's escape.
Vlad, the teacher's coming. Cover the hole with the blinky.
Yes.
So the school didn't notice their absence for at least half an hour. The boys were brought over to the local police station where the entire mystery was unraveled.
Russia, where even the kids hate their lives.
Yes.
I cannot take another day of these colors, spanking, clapping crap. I tell you, Mikhail, tomorrow you and I, we go under the fence.
Are you kindergarten smoking?
We buy, yes,
Russia,
Russian
yeah.
children smoke.
Russia.
Of course.
We buy Jaguar. We drive very fast. We pick up American women, make sweet love to them, and then live in Australia forever.
I hear that in America, not all the crayons are black. They have colors.
That is a lie. That is a lie perpetrated by the capitalist government pigs of the American system. Oh.
Okay, I gotta go. Thank God.
Okay, goodbye, my lovely polar bear. You have a good day. Oh, may the sun never shine on your crack. Oh.
The sun never shine on your crack. Igor? Yes, Igor.
Well, moving on over to Jerusalem, and the ultra-Orthodox Jewish community neighborhood of French Hill was in shock on Sunday to learn that one of their priests was not
They're called rabbis.
This particular one, he is a Cohen or priest, where he worked as a scribe and a Moel and conducting ritual circumcisions. And it was discovered that turns out he was never Christian he was never Jewish in the first place. He's an undercover Christian missionary who had actually been under investigation for years by a local nonprofit that monitors the missionary activity in Jerusalem. So it turned the straw that broke the camel's back was his children were found to be proselytizing Christ at school. And that kind of helped confirm things. And the incident that spurred the investigation in the first place was that his wife, who died of cancer a number of years ago, started, just saying things to family and friends that didn't make a whole lot of sense or jive with their supposed Jewish ancestry. And it was discovered that they forged documents to take advantage of the law of return to get citizenship in Jerusalem and be able to move back there.
Wow.
So strange.
All right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I just love the idea of undercover Christian missionary. That's the position.
I don't understand people who forge documents to go to a crappier country. That's just sad.
I know.
I mean, I'm not like, how shitty is your life where you're like, you know what? We can move to a place where random rockets just come flying in through your neighborhood. Sounds like an improvement.
Yeah, it's just to me, just having just the idea that there could be like Christian missionary spies, like we're just infiltrating, and we're like, it's just to me, it's weird.
Natasha says when you say missionary, it makes me think of something. Oh, never mind.
And last but not least, because it's our 100th episode, I came with 5 stories. Utah has discovered a new way to make sure that deadbeat dads pay their child support obligations. In Utah, thanks to a recent law passed, over 19,000 men who were $2,500 or more in arrears on child support received notice that beginning immediately, they would no longer be able to get hunting or fishing licenses in the state until they caught up their child supports.
Well, do you know how much money that is in Utah? We're talking about guys with 6-7 wives. Now, we're talking billions of dollars in back child support. Billions. Like, this is an untapped resource.
You know, Tiefel, you just fucked yourself, right? Because when I say, "Are you done yet?" and you're like, I always come with 4 stories.
Yeah, and
now I'm going to say,
I came
"Oh,
with
you
5.
remember on the 100th episode, you came with 5,
Yeah.
so you don't always come with 4 stories."
I came with 5 because it was the 100th episode. Suck it, and I'll come with 5 on the 200th.
Because it's the 100th episode, I thought that we would reward the people with a lengthier version of my segment.
Exactly.
Because in his mind,
You are all welcome.
in his mind, his segment is the highlight of the show. So he's like, "What special?"
I mean, I do.
You know,
I am the last part of the show. I headline this bitch.
Do you know? I think to myself all the time, what would make this better? And it's with everything. I always answer with more.
Why do I sound like a
more Tiefel?
More Tiefel. I'm like cowbell. I'm like. That is just, you can't get enough. If Will Ferrell would bang me if this was a segment.
If cowbell was a human, it would be me.
I would, yes, and because I make everything better.
You guys try to make that sound like it's insulting, but it really isn't.
I'm like MSG.
Georgia said, "Can we please wrap up? She's got to go." All right. So for Tiefel is your dad said you are the highlight of his day. So for Demetrius Nicodemus and for Gina and for Donny P and Chris Tiefel and producer George, I'm Andrew Z. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching our 100.
Show's over.
Yeah, show's over. Headliner. Tiefel's the headliner. Bye, everybody.
Come on.